I hope we see more of it, because that was a great watch.
And given the way that we are talking about Radostin, I mean, this is a player that we all collectively agreed he's good. That was very well known across all of us. But this is world class. This is what an org like Vitality has been after. And they have now found it. But they are up against KC, who I'm not afraid of dropping a game or two. This is not a team that gets rattled by losing.
Well, that might not be ideal.
That one went in.
Yeah, that was almost a disaster for Itachi.
It's because I dared to say that they'd be fine after a loss. Okay, I won't do that again.
We're not rattled. KC can't be rattled. We can rattle our own bars. Just test the woodwork of our own goal in the opening. Well, you know, something I said about Radostin last season is that when he was playing on Williams Resolve with Sizen and Prime, you know, that team were so close so many times, but they lacked that kind of carry. Even though they had Radostin on the roster, they were missing the carry or the just absolutely world-class player that other teams at the top had at the time. But I think Radostin's become that guy. He's become that level of player. Here he goes again. He's reset, attempted a dunk on Itachi. This time it is saved by Karmine Corp. But look a bit uncomfortable at the start of this game. Yeah, Radostin's he's reaching his potential, and Itachi will regain in just over a minute. It's not long since he hit his own crossbar. Now he's hitting the crossbar at the other side of the field, following up.
So KC yet again taking the first goal. At least following a trend in the first two games. Might be number 2 as well. Number 2 goal lead, the most dangerous of all leads, and they have got it. Well, we're about to test that theory.
Yeah, this great knock forward by Itachi there. Sizen couldn't go for it. He went for the in and out save as well, and to be honest, he should be hitting that. That's a bit of an awkward one to approach an in and out save that slowly, but he had the boost to make that touch. Awkward as it was. So you know that Exotic's going to be there for the finish. That's something that Karmine Corp have done very well, is getting the whole team forward. Exotic's bumped the last man here. Vatira's got the open net. And that's 3-0. Easy as you like.
I'm starting to think KC took that last loss personally. They are not happy at all. And they are sweeping aside Vitality in this game too. We're getting to the point, if they get another goal, it's done. And we're just sort of ticking out the clock, waiting for the next game to start. And that's how quickly this sort of team can go and do that to you. For Vitality, there is still a way back. It is a long way away. It starts with a crucial hit there from Radostin. Usually, Johnny, matches where we only start referencing the clock as an important factor with a minute and a half left, usually a 2-goal lead. 3-goal lead, you need to get going, and you need to get going so quickly.
Yeah, they really do. You know, I'm actually really liking this version of Itachi that we're seeing this weekend. You know, all the talk about Karmine Corp is Vatira 1v3, and I feel like there's a lot of similarities between Vitality and Karmine Corp for that reason. Vitality, long time being known as Alpha 1v3, but he's not 1v3 in today's Sizen, almost scoring with a reset double there. Itachi just focusing more on the mechanical plays this split, it would seem, compared to just being a completely solid player that he was in the previous one. That's going to help out Karmine Corp a lot. That's going to allow, you know, Vatira to, you know, just have an off game every now and then and still watch his teammates winning the game for him. It's nice to not have to be the best player in the world every game.
But he'll do it if he feels like it. Radostin now, I don't think he quite got the reset, but it has faked out a couple of players. Sizen doesn't get the best challenge. Exotic can turn around, instead leaves it for his teammate. There's no rush here whatsoever for KC. The timer is their friend. Oh, one of them has been bumped. Alpha, can he get it back under control? Not quite.
Oh my.
Oh no.
That was a special approach from Itachi. I don't know how he managed to get back to that so quickly after censoring it off the ceiling. And that just really shows you what you've been missing about Itachi's gameplay this weekend. If you've not been following K-Corp's run through the tournament, it's been some of the best offensive form that we've seen from him in a long time. This is a guy who's always been known as a menace to run into in twos ranked. Here's Exotic with a nice mech play, but it's going to be on the goal line for Itachi to score.
It's done.
Yeah, if they could forfeit here, they might, but they're going to need to play this one out. Reset there by Exotic, even getting a little angle to knock it past Alpha as well. 4-0, comfortable for Karmine Corp in game 2.
Now, suddenly that game 1 feels a long, long way away. Oh, you guys scored 3 enough without us managing to get 1 back? All right, that's fine. We'll get 4. Are we going to get at least 1 back here? Or KC just going to go home with clean sheet. And it looks like we might be adding number 5. Yeah, once you hit 4, 5 and 6 just seems so incredibly likely. It's time to go next. Now, one thing I am interested by, Johnny, and I'm going to cast your mind back to the ancient times of 2.5 hours ago.
Okay.
I'm confused by something, Johnny. When we did the fan vote for the first KC game of the day against German Amigos, it was 70% to 30%.
Yeah.
This one was 81% to 19. What has changed? Where's everyone come from? What's going on with this?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like at the start of the day or any point during this tournament even,
Like, if you're awake.
If you ask Karmine Corp fans who are you more afraid of, Vitality or German Amigos, they probably all tell you Vitality. But I think there's, just so many Karmine Corp fans and so many Rocket League fans tuning in right now to add their vote to the equation. And
That's what I was confused by, because it was at the very least almost 5 p.m. So they were awake. Just wondering where they just showed up from.
I think Stumpy also had less time to just persuade everybody to vote for the team he's going for.
Oh no, yeah, Stumpy. There's no way Stumpy persuaded everybody with that day. Well, for those of you that maybe needed persuading about how good KC really are, this has been the game to do it. 5-0. That was as dominant as they come, but still only worth 1 on the board. And for Vitality, well, you don't really need to take a timeout here because you had a good 3 minutes of 1 during this game.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how they would have really been playing out the last minute or minute and a half of this game.